Forard by Henry Lawson. It is stuffy in the steerage where the second-classers sleep, for there's near 100 Forard, and they're stowed away like sheep. They are travellers for the most part in a straight and honest path, but their linen's rather scanty, and there isn't any bath, stowed away like ewes and wethers, that is sure, and marked, and draft. But the shearers of the shearers always seem to travel aft, in the cushioned cabins, aft, with saloons, and smoke rooms, aft, there is sheets, and best of tucker for the first-salooners, aft. Our beef is just like scrapins from the inside of a hide, and the spuds were pulled too early, for they're mostly green inside, but from somewhere back amidships there's a smell. Oh, cookin' waft, and I'd give my earthly prospects for a real good tuck out aft, ham and eggs, and coffee, aft, say, cold fowl for luncheon, aft, juicy grills and toast, and cutlets, tucker a lore frongzy, aft. They feed our women separate, and they make a blessed fuss, just as if they couldn't trust 'em for to eat along with us. Just because our hands are horny and our hearts are rough with graft, but the gentlemen and ladies always dine together, aft, with their ferns and mirrors, aft, with their flowers and napkins, aft, I'll assist you to an orange, kindly pass the sugar, aft. We are shabby, rough, and dirty, and our feelin's out of tune, and it's hard on fellers for our that was used to go saloon. There's a broken swell among us, he is barracked, he is chaffed, and I wish at times, poor devil, for his own sake he was aft, for they'd understand him, aft, he will miss the bathrooms aft. Spite of all there's no denyin' that there's finer feelin's aft. Last night we watched the moonlight as it spread across the sea, it is hard to make a livin', said the broken swell to me. There is ups and downs, I answered, and a bitter laugh he laughed. There were brighter days and better when he always travelled aft, with his rug and Gladstone, aft, with his cap and spyglass, aft, a careless, rovin', gay young spark as always travelled aft. There's a notice by the gangway, and it seems to come amiss, for it says that second-classers ain't allowed abaft o' this, and there ought to be a notice for the fellows from abaft, but the smellin' dirt's a warnin' to the first-salooners, aft, with their tooth and nail brush, aft, with their cuffs and collars, aft, their cigars and books and papers, and their cap peaks fore and aft. I want to breathe the mornin' breeze that blows against the boat, for there's a swellin' in my heart, a tightness in my throat. We are for our when there's trouble. We are for our when there's graft. But the men who never battle always seem to travel aft, with their dressin' cases, aft, with their swell pajamas, aft, yes. The idle and the careless, they have ease and comfort aft. I feel so low and wretched, as I mooch about the deck, that I'm ripe for jumpin' over, and I wish there was a wreck. We are driven to New Zealand to be shot out over there, scarce a shillin' in our pockets, nor a decent rag to wear, with the everlastin' worry lest we don't get into graft. There is little left to land for if you cannot travel aft. No anxiety abaft, they have stuff to land with, aft. Oh, there's little left to land for if you cannot travel aft. But it's grand at sea this mornin', and creation almost speaks, sailin' past the Bay of Islands with its pinnacles and peaks, with the sunny haze all round us and the white caps on the blue, and the orphan rocks and breakers. Oh, it's glorious sailin' through, to the south a distant steamer, to the west a coastin' craft, and we see the beauty for our better than if we were aft. Spite of opera glasses, aft, but, ah well, there brothers aft, nature seems to draw us closer, bring us nearer fore and aft. What's the use of bein' bitter? What's the use of gettin' mad? What's the use of bein' narrer just because our luck is bad? What's the blessed use of frettin' like a child that wants the moon? There is broken hearts and trouble in the gilded first saloon. We are used to bein' shabby, we have got no overdraft, we can laugh at troubles for our that they couldn't laugh at aft. Spite o' pride and tone abaft, keepin' up appearance aft. There's anxiety and worry in the breezy cabins aft, but the curse o' class distinctions from our shoulders shall be hurled, and the influence of woman revolutionize the world. There'll be higher education for the toilin' starvin' clown, and the rich and educated shall be educated down, and we all will meet amidships on this stout old earthly craft, and there won't be any friction 'twixt the classes fore and aft. We'll be brothers, fore and aft. Yes, and sisters, fore and aft. When the people work together, and there ain't no fore and aft.